Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining to this Great Tech Advanced webinar. My name is Philippe Bonneau. I am a Marketing Product Manager of Advanced Steel. Today I'm going to explain you how to use the Advanced Steel Project Explorer in an efficient way. First of all, I'm going to give you a quick overview of Great Tech. For people who don't know Great Tech yet, Great Tech was founded more than 25 years ago by Mr. Francis Guillemard, who is the CEO of the group. We are 250 people working at Great Tech. 40% of these persons are working at the research and development department. Great Tech has its own subsidiaries in Europe, in Germany, France, UK, Romania, Czech Republic. We are also present in Russia, and also in USA, in Canada, but also in Asia, in Singapore. In addition to these subsidiaries, we have also a huge network of resellers in south of Europe, in east of Europe, in Netherlands, but also in Asia, in Japan, China, India, Australia, but also in Africa and South America. We have more than 30,000 worldwide users, and we estimate that more than 6,000 projects have been done or built or designed with our software. We promote the Great Tech Advanced solution, which is a BIM solution. BIM means Building Information Modeling. Great Tech Advanced is a suite with 3 software. You have Advanced Steel, which is a steel detailing software. I'm going to show it to you today. We have also Advanced Concrete for concrete reinforcement framework, and we have Advanced Design, which is a finite element design software. Many advantages for BIM, better collaboration, and much better accuracy in building construction. Just a quick overview on Advanced Steel possibilities. Advanced Steel works with or without AutoCAD. It helps you to build your 3D model with an easy-to-use interface, organized with ribbons. You work in 3D in real time. You see exactly what you do. The model is intelligent. Each element has properties, so it's easy to search for specific properties for different objects. And you can use realistic mode. You can walk, navigate through your model. You can even assign materials, backgrounds, lights, and so on. What is very important is that from this 3D model, we get all the documents automatically. We get drawings, workshop drawings, general arrangement drawings, but also bill of materials and NC files. And what is important, in case of modification, we have the document manager, which helps the user to see which document needs an update, and the update is done automatically with revision control, revision clouds, which are created automatically on drawings. Advanced Steel can be used in a single user mode or in a multi-user mode if you have different users who need to work on the same time on the same file of the same model. Also, with Advanced Steel, you can communicate with other software. We have all the standard file formats which are available, like CIS2, SDNF, IFC, and so on. Just a few examples of what do our customers. With Advanced Steel, our users do commercial buildings, industrial buildings, stadiums, renovations, stairs, railings, petrochemical organization, and even theater, like you see some examples here. Okay, let's go now to the subject of today, which is about the Project Explorer. In Advanced Steel, you create your model in 3D. Your building can be made of different frames, different platforms, different levels, why not a roof? And it's very easy with the Project Explorer to define different working planes, let's say, different model views. So it's easy to split your project and to isolate some 2D views, some model views from this model. In addition, you can also create some queries, specific search filters, and you can even group a part of your model in different groups. And the result is that you can see the different groups, the different model views in your model, so you can display or hide them, and you can just with this bulb here, as you can see on the Project Explorer, display one of them. It helps you to isolate some planes of your buildings. Some example here with a specific level or the roof that you can just isolate from your entire 3D model, and another example with some specific elevations which helps you to display just an elevation and to work just on it. Okay, I'm sure you want to see how it works, so let me open Advanced Steel. I'm going to use this model. This is quite a simple model made with some platforms, different platforms, railing, columns, so you can navigate through your model. You can use the orbit command to see exactly what you are doing. So for the Project Explorer, it's very easy. Here you have the different ribbons with Advanced Steel ribbons, modeling one, tools, and documents. And with the Advanced Steel modeling ribbon, it's easy to start and to open the Project Explorer. So my Project Explorer here is empty, and what I'm going to show you during this webinar is how to create specific model views, user-defined queries, and create your own groups. Okay, so let's start by creating a first level. I want to create a level which is, for example, at level 0. Okay, so just define here the altitude, define a name, press OK, and then a level is created. You see here in the Project Explorer, the level appears automatically. It's activated and displayed. But if you don't want to display only this level, you just click here on this bulb. So you can have only elements depending on this level be displayed. It's easy to work on them. It's easy to rotate like that. If you double click here on this line, you have a top view which is created on this level. So now it's easy to work on level 0 and to complete my foundation. In Advanced Steel, of course, we can create steel structures, but you have also some easy to use tools to create concrete elements. So I can, for example, create a beam from this foundation to this one. Here we go. And I can also create another one from the midpoint, which is here, and go to the midpoint, which is here. Now I can see the result in 3D. Here we go. I get my elements. Maybe I would like to have the same on the different elevations of my building. So it's very easy to use the match properties from this element. Okay. With the settings, I can define exactly what I want to match. Let's say just the section, okay, and also the layer and the color that I want to match on this element and this element. Enter. Here we go. So now I would like to display some other levels. So I go back here in my Project Explorer, make a right click, create level, and I would like to create a level at a specific altitude, let's say 269 meter. Okay, so I can specify here which level it is, press OK, and then I get my next level which is displayed automatically. I can continue like that and create another level just with a right click. Okay, I can specify a different height, for example 4291 meter. Okay, 4891. Okay, something like that. So you can specify from which level or what is the difference of height between two levels. Just press OK, and here we go. You get the level which is created automatically. We can create another one. I can, for example, create an intermediate one, something level 3.9 meter. Okay, just enter the altitude like that. I can specify from which here, something like that. So altitude, sorry. Okay, press OK, and I get my level which appears automatically. Nothing inside, so what I can do, I can unactivate the other ones. Okay, something like that. And I can double click on it. I can also specify between which levels I want to display. So I can display the different work planes, and I can choose also if I want to activate this one or not. So just with a right click, you can either activate it or deactivate it. If you activate it, you are sure you will work on this level. So you can just make a right click, activate, and that's it. Okay, so now it's very easy to complete your structure. You can work in 2D like that, or you can even work in 3D. And if you create some elements, like a steel beam, so you have access to complete catalogs with height sections, channels, angles, and so on. Just pick a height section, and now you can pick, for example, a node point on the top of this column, and also a node point here, and my beam is automatically created in the current level. You can specify its positioning like that. You can also specify the size of the beam, and here we go. We get the beam which is created on the right level. Something very interesting is the fact to go to the work plane, and with a right click you can decide to attach some elements. So I can decide to attach this beam to this level, and now I just have to pick some construction points to which one this beam will be attached. And the good thing is that now if you go back to your model, okay, we can even display everything. I can make a zoom to better show you the result. You can make a right click on the level, go to properties, and at any time you can change the level. If you decide to have something different like 3.4, okay, 3400, I'm going to press OK. So look at this area. The beam now is at the new level. So very interesting. You can create different levels and attach the elements to the level. Okay, so now what about model views? First, let me show you. Let's create a grid. Okay, so in Advanced Tips there is a command grid here. We can maybe change the display of the structure to a wireframe. We can create a grid. Start, for example, from this point, which is here. Go to the opposite point, which is on the other side, which is somewhere here. Okay, and here we go, I get a grid. So this grid can be modified. Here I can double click on the grid and decide to have not numbers but capital letters, and instead of 4 axes I would prefer to have only 2 axes. Here on this other grid I can also double click on it, keep the numbers, and choose a sequence with only 2 axes. Okay, now the good thing is that I can now create model views, and to create model views you can define the definition method. So you can just pick one point in the current UCS. You can also use this possibility to pick 2 points and to define the depth, but you can even pick a grid line or join both. Here, in my case, I would like to pick a green line, which is this one, the number 1. I press enter. As you can see here in the command line, you can enter a name. So it will be my elevation axis 1. Okay. Now I get some arrows. So I can just pick the arrow which will show me the view. And here we go. The model view appears here. I can continue and create additional model views. So once again, I can use the grid line. I would like to pick this grid line, A, press enter, enter a name, elevation axis A, and now I get some arrows. I can pick this one because I want to see from the outside. And now it's very easy. Maybe I can show you in realistic mode. Okay, it's very easy here to pick a model view, and you get only the elements which are in this model view which are displayed at screen. So it's very easy to activate or unactivate model views, and you can really display the model view as you want. So very efficient to create model views and to store them in the Project Explorer and to display them on Geometry. Let me show you an example, another example. Here I have some connections, an orange connection. I would like to, with a right click, to get access to its properties, so that we can have a look at the different possibilities from inside the dialog box. You can control the orange, you can control also end plates, balls, stiffeners, and so on. And what I want to do here is to create another model view. I can decide to pick a join box, which is this one. Okay, now I'm going to give a name. Let's call it launch. Enter. I get the arrow which appears, and now I can select the arrow I would like to see, and I get the launch which is created automatically in my Project Explorer. Then it's very easy to display only the launch and to work on this model view. You see, it's easy to rotate, to see only the details of this connection. You can even add different viewports. Here you have the choice to use a single viewport, or 2, or 3, or 4. Let's go for this choice. And now, as you can see, you get 4 different views. So you can rotate it like that. You can maybe rotate it in another position. You can also ask for a top view, okay, get something like that. At any time you can close the Project Explorer. It's easy to close it and to reopen it a little bit later. You can change and ask for wireframe. You can also here ask for wireframe, and we can maybe, just let me move a little bit this dialog, we can see it from a front view. And now it's very easy to go back to the part which was created from the joint, let's say the launch, make a right click, go to Advanced Joint Property, move a little bit the dialog, and ask for some modifications. As an example, we can go to the stiffener and ask for stiffener. Here it's possible to ask for stiffener number 3. Just look at the dialog, ask for stiffener number 3, which can be either full, so you see the result in all the views, either half. And now I get my stiffener. I can ask also for stiffener number 4, half or full, and I get the result in real time. I can even specify a specific thickness for these stiffeners. So I get the result. It's very efficient, you see, to work with 4 viewports, okay, and you can even rotate the view to see the result. What is also very nice is that you can stretch the box. You can take the model view, which is there. You have access to grips, and you can extend it as you want. You see, you can give a value or extend it on screen. You can also, in the 3D view, which is there, take this grip point and move it in this side or in the other side, and you get more display of your building. So let's go back to just one view, okay, with a single viewport. Here we go. And now at any time we can call the Project Explorer. We get again the model views. We can undisplay just the launch and go back to the entire model. We can also use queries. It's very easy to make a right click and to create a new query. Here we get this dialog which appears, and we can specify which type of objects we are looking for. In my case, I would like to see beams, steel beams, and I would like to specify a specific section. So I want here to have some I section, okay, which are, so you see we have complete international catalogs. So I would like to look for HEA 120. I can even save the query, call it, for example, all HEA 100. Okay, okay, and Advanced Steel is going to select and to display in red color all HEA 100. I can even mark them like that, and if I rotate, only these elements are displayed on my screen. So I can even run the workshop drawing for these selected elements. You can remove the red color with clear marked object command. So I can create any additional query. We can, for example, ask for steel beams, and why not for lead beams, for lead plates. Which common properties is the fact to have a specific model role. Here I can ask for model role column, so I can save this query, give it a name, model role column, and when I press OK and then OK, all my elements which have the model role columns are highlighted in red. I can mark them, select them, and just display them on my screen. So the query can be also created by going directly to the search filter. I can go to this dialog, says that on my complete model I'm looking for for example, for plates, okay, no specific model role, but concerning planar element, I'm looking for plate thickness which are equal to 8. I can save, give it a name, plate thickness 8, press OK, OK, and then the query appears here, and if I want to run it, I just select it and say with a right click I want to execute it, and now all my plates which have a thickness of 8 are in red color. I can select them, and I can also easily, very easily see them in my model. So if you just click this button, you see directly all the plates which correspond to this query. Okay, let's remove the red color. What I want to show you now is how easy it is to create a group. So for this model, maybe I would like to create some different groups from this platform. So what I can do is make a view from the side, something like that. Okay, I can go back to a 2D wireframe, and I would like to select the elements here on this level and place them in a specific group. So I can make a right click, say I want to create a group, a new group. It will be my platform level 1. Okay, so the group is created, and with a right click, it's very easy to decide to add some elements. And with you can pick the elements, or you can even use a window selection, press enter, and now if you just display this group, all the elements from the platform are displayed on my screen. You can even create additional groups. We can, for example, with a right click, decide to create a group which is a central opening. Okay. So if I want just to display the platform, here we go. It's possible also to remove. I can remove elements from this group. So I can decide to remove the opening which is here, okay, which is no more part of my platform, okay. And now it's possible, I can move it a little bit like that. It's possible in this group, which is a central opening, to add the elements which are here in the middle of my screen. So now it's easy to display the platform and the central opening, or only the central opening. So you see, very efficient way to create groups and to display them on demand. Okay, and what is also very easy to do, you can even create some folder. So I can say I want to create a folder. I want to call it all the platform level 2689 meter. Okay, so I have a folder, and now I can even drag and drop the group to the folder to increase the tree. And now it's very easy here to turn on the complete platform, and inside to display all the elements or just some of them. So you see a very efficient way that we have here with the display of the groups. At the end, if you want to redisplay everything, you just click here on this eye and you show all the elements, and this is how you go back to your entire model which is displayed in 3D. So as a summary, as you can see, you can create different levels. You can also create model views based on a complete planar view or just on specific connections. You can even include some queries, isolate your elements and separate them by groups, and it's very easy to display or not to display all these possibilities. Okay, so this is the end of the webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get many answers to your different questions. I wish you a good day, and I thank you for your attention. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.